Hi everyone, my name is Will. I'm the CEO of OXOpolitics. OXOpolitics is, as introduced before, it's like a AI-driven politics platform. And we are trying to bring the AI-assisted liquid democracy into reality. So it's not dream anymore, right? And a few years back, when I worked for Twitter and Airbnb, I thought that technology could help us out in making better informed decision making. So I was fascinated by how Silicon Valley companies make decisions, and their decision making was data driven. So I wanted to provide data to politics, and not just for politicians to win their elections, but also to everyone participating in politics, including us, right? And so to do that, I just came up with this simple idea. So when there are tons of political news, it's really hard to understand it and catch up with all of those. So I can just start a company and hire a bunch of people and to summarize news in a way that is really easy to understand for everyone. And after presenting them, ask also intriguing and engaging questions to them, so that they can express their political opinions. And after collecting all those answers, we can also visualize the data so that policymakers and also media can take a look and then write a report or help them to make better policies. So with this whole process, I want to make sure that people have direct power and impact on policymaking and politics. So this was my simple idea, and this is what I've been doing for the last 3 years. And it took many manpower to make this possible. But with the AI, it has become super easy and fast. So let me show you how the process goes and how we use the AI to scale up. Yeah, but before we go into the details, we realized that we are doing a really dangerous thing, right? We are bringing AI, not human intelligence, but artificial intelligence to politics, and it's potentially disruptive. So we thought we need some principles to adhere to. So just like human in politics, AI can be anything. Like human politicians can be dictator or a representative that represent us, citizens. Yeah, the same thing applies to AI. AI could be a dictator that tells us what to do, but at the same time, it can be a representative that represents us. So I want to make sure that AI doesn't go rogue, doesn't go as a dictator that tells us what to do or tells us what's right or wrong, but I want to limit it to represent us. So the first principle that we came up with was AI must represent everyone's opinions, not its own opinion. And the second one is people should be able to change AI's representative choices. So when AI actually recommends or even make decisions on behalf of us, it may misunderstood me, or I may have changed, because the world changes so fast, and so do we. So I always should have a power to override their decision. And also the third one is AI should be explained why it made such a decision and such recommendation. So that with the transparency, we can trust the AI. And with these three principles in mind, we are automating our process using ChatGPT right now. So we use a ChatGPT API to utilize it and automate it, the entire process. So first step is analyzing the news articles. So the AI reads all the news titles, and then I asked the AI to extract top political topic phrases, and AI read all these titles and then came up with these 3 phrases, right? And as an example, I took the first one, a judicial overhaul protests in Israel, and second step, I asked AI to summarize all the news articles around it. And it came up with, it actually added lots of emoticons, because I told it to be kind and easy to understand and fun. And then added a bunch of emojis, and also made key points, and also wrote diverse perspectives. So hey, opponents think in this way, and then there are people who are against it, and then they think in this way. And also, it wrote a summary. So it takes hours for a human being to write this kind of summary, and it's actually pretty hard to come up with all these right emojis for this context. Yeah, and so AI could do this in 30 seconds. And after that, we also asked ChatGPT to come up with intriguing questions so that people can engage. And the top one, the bold one, is the prompt. So write a question that can check political stance about the issue. So one thing that I want to note is that this prompt was actually written by ChatGPT itself. So I actually asked, hey, I want to ask a political question. Can you make a prompt to prompt you to make these political questions? And then ChatGPT came up with this prompt. And so, using the prompt that ChatGPT gave me, I just used it to make the question, and then AI actually came up with this question. Do you support Netanyahu's judicial overhaul plan? And then proponents' ideas and opponents' thoughts. And once they've crafted the engaging questions using the AI, so we have this app. It's coming to the US probably this month or next. Yeah, and currently it's only for Korea. And we are, so we have this app, and then we ask the question on the app, so people just come and answer the questions with O or X. That's how our company name originated, OXOpolitics. So that's OXOpolitics. And so we visualize, and we actually put people into political tribes after a short test, a political stance test, and then people are put into different tribes. The tiger tribe is the left wing, and the lion tribe is the right wing, and yeah, between them there's a hippo, elephant, and dinosaur. Yeah. So yeah, and with that we can actually ensure that we have diverse perspectives for these answers. Yeah. And we visualize the data, and we deliver these to news media and politicians with the AI report. And so news media can write reports on this, and also politicians can make decisions based on this. And now the liquid democracy. This is our next step. Yeah. So liquid democracy, as Young Sun actually introduced, is a way to change how we actually select the representatives and how they represent us. So currently, we have an election every 4 years, and then we choose the people who will represent us. But they are representing so many people and people have so many different interests. And so it's not always the case that my representatives' words really represent me. So liquid democracy changes this. I can delegate my vote, or I can actually split it for my economic issues. I choose person A, and person A, you can just represent me on economics. And for political issues, I choose person B. And so in the middle, you can see this person, the second layer, has 3 votes. So when the person votes, it's 3 votes representing 3 people. And in turn, they can delegate it further so that the final person here can have 8 votes. And it can change real time. That's why it's called liquid democracy. And now, at this point with the AI, do these middlemen have to be human? Just imagine there's an AI that understands me better than myself, and analyzes my interest. It's hey, you have a house, and then this man doesn't like, it's gonna raise the property tax. And like I didn't know this politician had that policy, but AI knows, and AI knows that I have a house, so I recommend you not to vote for this person, but instead vote for this person. So it could be a scary story, but at the same time, it could really speak for my interest, right? So so this is a liquid democracy with the AI assistance. So OXOpolitics is currently working on it, developing this into reality, and also doing this, we're gonna adhere to the three principles that I mentioned earlier, and then make sure that this doesn't make us be ruled by the AI. Thank you very much.